Extreme Anime Radio.
Season's greetings, ho ho ho, and welcome to the longest night of the year. A fine night for you to join us here on the Extreme Anime Radio podcast. It is December the 21st, 2022, the start of the winter solstice. I'm JR, and he is Neff Canuck. Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Oh, we're kind of scrambling down here to get everything done before this little winter storm comes through in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah, the same winter storm where basically by apparently Friday morning, all HE double hockey sticks is about to break loose, including up here a flash freeze warning.
A flash freeze warning? What does that mean?
Essentially, it means as it rains, the temperature is about to precipitously drop. What does that mean in English? It goes from +3 Celsius in the morning to -10 by dinner time.
Celsius. Oh boy, that's a steep drop.
And if it's been raining and snowing and slushing all day, whatever falls is going to freeze more solid than this.
Good old friend Flax has decided to activate emote-only chat, so we're going to do that in a few minutes, trust me. We just got on the air. I'm not in any rush to start that. You don't want to flash her, yeah.
We have lots to talk about tonight, including a certain site that is in the process, shall we say, of burning to the ground.
Oh, yes. Well, we have to try to do that in about 20, 25 minutes because we have a few surprises in store for you tonight, Neff.
Oh, dear. He has surprises in store. At least I'm wearing the right colored shirt for this.
We're going to open up some presents maybe in a little while.
Oh, dear.
Well,
presents. As long as they're not ticking. If they're ticking, I want no part of them.
No, we get a few surprises for everybody here tonight. But once again, this is the XAR podcast. If you're watching us, be sure to download us and take us wherever you go on your portable device by going to your favorite podcasting platform or by going to Anchor or to Spotify. Just search for the Extreme Anime Radio podcast. And on the other hand, if you're listening to us and you want to watch all of our shenanigans, Spotify video, YouTube video, and of course Twitch. And hopefully we'll have this show up by around late tomorrow evening after Twitch's 24-hour exclusivity window expires.
Ah, yes. That's another phrase that I'm starting to find slightly annoying. The exclusivity window.
Yes, yes. So I tell you what, hello, Mystic. Welcome. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and turn on emote only. We're going to turn on the timer, set it for, what do we have, 5 minutes? Or is it, I think it is 5 minutes.
I think so.
Yep, there we go. So now let's talk about Elon Musk.
Yes, quite. Well, the Mad Musk, or as I like to call him, the Mad Muskrat, has basically, I don't know how else to describe it, become unhinged, unglued, gone cuckoo.
Yeah.
And that's the most, polite way I can put this. Because not only is he burning Twitter to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
if you've watched the stock price of Tesla,
Mm-hmm.
that has been falling faster than Wile E. Coyote off a cliff with an anvil tied to his neck.
Well, I tell you, it's been a nice roller coaster for Twitter. We were talking about this a few days ago, and I think, I'll be honest with you folks, we were this close to kind of pulling the plug on Twitter because of this interesting rule that came in about not being able to post or share links to competing social media sites, including Facebook and Instagram, and even Linktree. Huh.
That's a great way to keep people around. Try to put up a fence and keep them in.
Yeah.
That doesn't work very well.
Yeah. I mean, I get the whole situation that they're trying to turn around and go into the black, but I think this is the wrong approach.
Well, the problem is Elon has been summarily burning bridges with advertisers, and we're not just talking like minor scorch marks. We're talking napalm, nothing left, not even a splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing, oh my God, look at the negative cash flow.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, let's do something even more dumb to try and keep business alive here.
Did you?
It boggles the mind.
Did you see? There was an NHK report. We have a mascot emote switch for you, Memi. Did you see the NHK report that I showed you from NHK World Japan, where they are talking about switching, Elon Musk and his positions, and the B-roll that they use for him?
Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch that B-roll. It's been a very, very busy week. But the best part is, if you haven't seen it, and if you are on Twitter, I'm sure you had, Elon Musk puts up a poll saying, should I resign as CEO? Now, I'm sorry. If he was expecting to get his ego stroked by that, and everybody's saying, no, stay. His ego didn't get stroked. It got run over by a steamroller.
Yeah.
Because he got told no. Then he turns around and says, well, be careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? I take it to mean, because he's jokingly said he's going to stay in certain key positions in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, gee, positions where he can be the most helpful.
Yeah.
To the sock puppet CEO, he will undoubtedly, put in his place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, only the biggest Musk stan would willingly walk into this fire that Elon Musk started, knowing that it's going to stick to them. I have no idea. I mean, not even Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, would be dumb enough to walk into that firefight and go like, me Gritty, CEO of Twitter.
Well, maybe what I'll do, if you remind me later on in the Discord, I'll post a link to that NHK article. But the video clip is from the Newsline broadcast, their news show. And when they talk about Elon Musk, the B-roll that they use is quite interesting. A lot of the B-roll or video footage that they put behind the news story is of him kind of dancing into these presentations for Tesla and for the solar energy and everything.
Well, don't forget, this is the same dude who bought his way onto Saturday Night Live in a parody of Wario. So he's not exactly. I've said it before. Elon Musk reminds me of Lex Luthor from the comic books, but with less sanity and more hair. Because Lex Luthor even knows, wait a minute, there's only so far I could go before people think I'm completely crazy, so I won't go that far. Elon Musk takes that as a challenge. How far can I go? How crazy can I get? And the funny thing, if you're into conspiracy theories, and I know some of you are, this whole poll thing and should I resign, oddly enough, when he was spotted at a very certain sporting event. hanging around with a very certain group of people who are supposedly his backers.
That would be some soccer tournament, right?
Yeah, some soccer tournament or other at a place that starts with a Q, what have you.
Yeah.
But the point being that it was after that, when he was spotted there, that all this started happening. And again, if you're into conspiracy theories, and again, if you know where Elon Musk is backed for a good portion of his, capital, you're going, maybe they decided to tell him, yeah, Muskie, you want to knock it off a little bit? Because you're costing us money. And we don't like that.
It's a very messy situation, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, don't cry for me, Argentina.
Bree also mentions Dave Chappelle.
Well, that was even better. I mean, I'm sorry. Dave Chappelle has his own library of self-inflicted wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So what does he do? He brings on the biggest self-inflicted wound in all of creation and then gets mad when the self-inflicted wound that he brought on his show gets booed.
Mm.
I'm like, what did you expect was going to happen, sir?
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of taking a Tesla out for a drive, putting on an autopilot and going to sleep and hoping that you get from point A to point B without flattening a pedestrian or three.
Well, you could take it New York to L.A. and have it stop at one of these Tesla chargers every 25 miles or something like that, right?
Well, as I said, and then the problem is the pedestrians you splatter along the way are going to get, kind of upset, I mean, by the third or fourth, thump of your Model Y or Model X, I think you're going to realize, yeah, this autopilot thing, it ain't all it's cracked up to be. It ain't the Night Industries 2000. Let me put it that way.
Yes. So, by the way, Neff, what did you think about that soccer showdown? I think, by all intents and purposes, some people are calling it the greatest soccer showdown. Well, I mean, over the years, you have a lot of variables you have to consider, but I think we have to agree it's one of the greatest soccer showdowns.
I would say it's one of the greatest comebacks, but the finish annoyed me.
Because?
You should not be deciding a trophy on penalty kicks. I'm sorry. Again, I said it before. You should not be solving a championship on a skills competition.
Yeah.
This would be exactly the same, like if the Super Bowl was tied, instead of playing on, what we're going to do, we're just going to kick field goals until somebody misses.
Yeah.
What? Or, in hockey, instead of, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, instead of playing till somebody, gets a goal, no, we'll just do penalty shots. What?
I can understand maybe it's a player welfare thing. You want to limit them to a certain amount of time. But then in that case, I think I said this last week, let's make everybody happy. Make the 30 minutes of extra time sudden death. And then you go to penalty kicks if nobody scores.
Yeah, but as somebody, and I advocated for that as well at one point, and then somebody pointed out to me, but then most coaches will simply play, if they know that penalty kicks are the end result, they'll just play, trap game until the 30 minutes are up. They'll take their chances in the skills competition.
Interesting.
See, I personally would say golden goal, but with a twist.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the twist. So you get to the first 15 minutes and nobody scores. You take off 2 players from each side. So now you have a much more wide open field.
You have a hockey mentality here.
Essentially, yes. knock a few players off the pitch, and then you're going to end up with those long scoring chances, people not being able to keep up with the speedsters, and wham, there will be a goal.
Yeah.
But, of course, my idea is way too radical. FIFA is like, no, we don't like radical ideas. Radical countries, if they pay us enough money, we don't care.
That's another one. But I tell you, very good playing by both sides, Argentina and France in the final. Nobody deserved a loser, really.
Yeah, and like I said, when it was 2-0, I was going, uh-oh. But then Mbappe said, no, no, no. I mean, Mbappe is one of those players where you would pay to watch him do almost anything on a soccer pitch.
Yes.
Because he can do almost anything on a soccer pitch.
Right.
Right? Between him and Lionel Messi, it's like, who would I want on my starting 11? And they can't have both, so it's like, ooh, I don't know. Personally, I would go with Mbappe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because he's younger, and I think he's just a little bit more hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Because Lionel Messi's already, basically, I think every trophy he could possibly win, he has now.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah, so
if not, he's close.
So basically, at this point, he'll end up in MLS at some point, probably next year. That's where he'll get his paychecks for a year or two and then retire. That's where all the European stars go now. They get a big market team in MLS to pay them, stupid amounts of money for a year or two, and then they go off into the sunset.
I don't mean to carry on the conversation of sports for too long, but if you're a New York Mets fan like myself, you woke up to a nice Christmas present this morning.
Well, yeah, but it's also because the team he originally had to deal with sort of disagreed with something they found on a physical.
Yes.
And I'm going, physicals, that always worries me. And I say that because our ball team up here have over the years, paid stupid sums of money to players, and things have gone horribly, horribly sideways.
Mm-hmm. No.
The latest being Kikuchi, and I cannot remember his last name for the life of me, but that was the South Korean player whose arm basically, went noodle.
No,
so,
I guess you think it's more of a red flag if it's for that reason, huh? Or red card.
I think red card is the appropriate term to use in this point. I mean, it's sort of like saying, okay, we'll take our chances.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it blows up, you see, the funny thing with baseball, they spend all this money, and if it blows up in their face, they're stuck with it because the money's guaranteed, right? It's not like the NFL where they basically say, oh, yeah, snip goes the contract. Although a lot of players are getting smart now and saying, no, I want guaranteed money up front.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then the last bit, sure, I don't care because they've already got their money.
Mm-hmm. No, the Mets are going to have one very expensive team come 2023, that's for sure.
And because baseball does not have a salary cap, which I never understood, because at some point, the money has to come out of somebody's pocket, and it's coming out of the fans' pocket.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I'm going, okay, you've spent all this money, Mets, but we've seen you play this game before, where you try to outspend the Yankees. And it's never worked. And the definition of insanity, of course, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But, of course, the reverse is also true. You see a team like Pittsburgh who doesn't spend any money, and where are they all the time?
Yeah.
Basement. So.
We also want to bring up a little bit of Japan news because this is the Extreme Anime Radio podcast. As you might have heard at the end of Monday's stream, 2 people are going to be heading back to Japan next month, those being Bree and myself. So,
congratulations, as they say.
We're very excited about that. My 5th trip and her first. We have a lot packed in the time that we're going to be there, and we're looking forward to it, and maybe sharing some stories on the return, and also sharing some gifts with people like Neff and Liz and a few others. We're probably going to raid a few stores, a few gacha machines and whatnot.
Yes, over there the gacha machines actually, cough up. As opposed to, the ones down in New York, New Jersey. I should correct myself. New Jersey.
New York, close enough.
Well, no, New Jersey and New York are not the same. The Giants and the Jets.
Thank you, Bills fan.
Yeah.
Do you need to stay at a COVID-19 hotel in Japan? Not anymore. Those have been abolished. All you need are Well, maybe I can show you real quick without giving away any personal information. But
Funny thing you should mention about COVID hotels.
mm,
One of the hotels that was used in these parts for COVID detainees
mm-hmm.
has now been turned back over to the actual owners, who have decided that they're going to renovate the place, which is all well and good, except that was one of Anime North's main hotels for the staff and guests. Crap.
Which means you don't have anything for this coming year.
Well, no, which means I have to cross 6 lanes of traffic. Again, and again, and again. Which on foot for me is a slow turtle race of doom.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But such is life.
Right. So let me show you what we did the other day. We went to a digital app because now Japan has eliminated all paperwork for entry procedures. So you submit your quarantine and you submit your quarantine information in advance, and then you enter your immigration and customs forms, and then you get a QR code. So you get 3 QR codes, but the most important thing is getting something like this. You may not be able to see it, but okay, maybe because of the glare and because of my setup here. But this is the screen that will allow you to kind of speed through quarantine after you land in Japan. So that's that will show proof that either A, you have had a negative PCR test within 72 hours, or if you've had 3 COVID vaccine shots, you are exempt from the testing, and that's all you need.
I was going to say, I've had 4. What does that get me?
I don't know. That's a very good question, because it only asks for the dates of 3 shots. Or that, no, it asked us if you had the types of the first 3 shots you received and when you received the 3rd shot.
Interesting.
And then you have to submit your passport information and blah, blah, blah. So when we filled out the information, it said that it was going to prioritize applications for people who were coming into Japan within 2 weeks. So understanding that, I was expecting we were not going to get our quarantine approval until closer to the trip. But I would say within maybe 45 minutes of us submitting the quarantine information, we got the approval.
Well, that's rather speedy. Now, I'm going to ask you to do this, is to report back. Do they make you do the fingerprint thing again?
I think they probably will. All foreigners have to do that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still, that one is still, I mean, okay, biometrics, etc.,
Right.
but it's just like...
Unless, I think if you're a permanent resident, you might be exempt, or like a long-term resident, but I think if you're coming in for most short-term purposes, they're still going to have to fingerprint you, take your photo and everything. The only difference is now, no more paperwork to fill out on the plane. You just enter it into the app, and you have 1 QR code and the screen for quarantine, 1 for immigration, and 1 for customs after you pick up your luggage.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, with ArriveCan, they do the same thing now. I mean, of course, the questions regarding quarantine your status vaccination-wise isn't asked anymore, but everything else is done on the app, so you don't have to stand there in lines or get the stupid paper and try to, fill it out while the plane is bouncing around and you're trying to stay in your seat.
Yeah. So
which for me is like, yay, thank you. I can push on the screen and I don't have to, drop the pencil, go get it, and fall out of the seat and da-da-da-da.
So I don't want to reveal too many details, but we'll reveal a little bit more, I guess, as the trip gets close, and then we'll have a full recap, I guess, after we return. But one thing, Neff, that I wanted to tell you is that one of the major, if I can read this report correctly, one of the major providers of karaoke systems in Japan has released a list of the top 10 most requested karaoke songs at karaoke bars for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, they have a lot of recent songs here, very popular in Japan, like Dried Flowers and Cinderella Boy. And then we have this particular one that was released in 1995 that
Is
made...
that the one that's banned? Is that the one that's banned at most anime con karaoke contests?
And what would that be?
Fly Me to the Moon.
Ooh, so close! Cruel Angel's Thesis.
Either or. Basically, almost everything from Neon Genesis Evangelion is banned in our anime con karaoke back in the day. I would assume if we bring that back that that's going to stay in place because we've heard those songs over and over and over.
So if I
done
walked...
well, done poorly, and just done.
So if I walk into Anime North and I, turn to the security guard and say, Zankoku no Tenshi no Tesis, you think I'll get the boot right away?
Only if you sing it. And if you sing it, I'll boot you out personally. Ugh.
But yeah, animes from the 90s and popularity of Evangelion still exists, making the top 5 most requested karaoke songs of the year.
That's one of those songs that really, it is timeless. And I mean, if you've seen the series, it's a weird song in the context of the series. Because it's not peppy, it's not slow, it's this sort of middling thing, goes high and low. And then you watch the series, and especially the ending, and you're just going,
Yeah, I still have to watch those Evangelion sequels, spin-offs, whatever they are, 1.11, 2.22, 3.33 EX squared.
Yeah, they're on Prime Video apparently, and let's see what my time off looks like. I might try to catch up on that sort of thing.
All right. Let's see, 8:30. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about really quickly, Neff, before we proceed to our little surprises?
I'm trying to think, and in terms of anime and manga, I mean, all I can say is, December rolls around, more books come out, including the latest volume of Komi Can't Communicate. Uzeki-chan Wants to Hang Out, which has now gotten to the point of the main characters are starting to reveal their feelings for one another, but of course the one is a complete and literal moron about it. And watching him fumble and stumble, it's just like, I want to hit you with something hard to wake you up from whatever slumber your brain appears to be in.
Yeah.
Like, oh. The best part is the character of the bar owner's or the cafe owner's daughter once again proves why she should be on a watch list.
Quite interesting.
She's scary.
I want to see. I think we've talked about this before, but I'm probably, with the bad weather coming through the next couple of days, I'm probably just going to binge watch some of my favorite Christmas shows, some that I've watched since I was a kid, and maybe some anime. I considered watching maybe Tokyo Godfathers if I can get my hands on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure who has the streaming rights for that right now. As I mentioned before, I think it was the last podcast where I mentioned that some of the ones that I watch. But like I said, that's another thing I want to do. I mean, of course, scheduling wise, etc. I may only get a shot at it Friday night and part of Saturday before my time is gone and or the power goes out, depending on what the weather does around here. Don't laugh. They're saying it's quite possible in my neck of the woods.
Oh yeah.
I could be watching things on a very tiny screen, trying not to freeze in the dark.
Oh boy. Well, wishing for the best for all of our viewers and listeners out there with all the storms coming in the next few days. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask our guests to join us in the room at this time. We have some guests joining us here to join us in all of the wonderful holiday festivities that we have planned out for the next 20, 30 minutes and change. We'll try to time it to that because we're trying our darndest to finish this little game that we've got going on here with Ace Attorney. We thought we could do it Monday, but no.
No, this case has more twists and turns than a pretzel factory.
But let's see. I think we have, who do we have here in the room? Liz is in the room. Hello, Liz.
Hello, hello.
How are you holding up in your neck of the woods?
Not too bad. We're not supposed to hit the bad weather for a couple more days, which is on par with the rest of the Midwest, obviously.
Oh boy, no. I'm kind of worried about you with all the situation, but I hope things work out for you the next few days. I really do.
Thank you.
And let's see. Do we have Bree in the room? Let's see. Bree's supposed to be joining us as well. So we'll wait for her before we continue. But as we're waiting for her, Neff, what do you think of your Bills and their prospects?
Well, the question is now, can they, A, hold on to the division title, and B, can they actually get the number one seed? Now, if they take care of business themselves, which means win out, then yes, they've done it. They've got the division and they've got the number one seed, which means they get the bye week. The problem is they're facing at least one team that will desperately want to win in the last week of the season if they manage to, take care of their own business. That being, of course, the New England. Every time I have to say the New England, I can't because I want to spit and Darth Hoodie and Friends. I'll say it that way. And I was going to say, that game may in fact get flexed if it means that much. So it may end up being a Sunday night game. Who knows? The problem is now you have the Chicago Bears on Saturday in a snowstorm at Soldier Field. And yikes.
We have a Raspberry Redemption, which you're gonna take care of now. And
I believe I hear a Bree.
Bree, hello, Bree. How are you holding up?
All right. It's not bad here.
Yeah, she was telling me earlier. Doesn't think where she is gonna be hit that bad.
Well, is she up in the mountains already? I'm trying to remember more or less.
Yeah. They're only saying we're gonna get like 0.7 inches of snow. That's nothing. I
was gonna say, that's barely enough to have to wipe off your car.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, in some areas, us poor sods will be going, okay, where did we leave the snow brush? In the car, which is buried under 3 feet of snow.
Forget the snow brush. Just use a broom.
You know what that does to your paint job?
Nothing.
Oh, yes, it does. Ask me how I know that.
Oh, man, you're just doing it too hard.
When I was a younger squirt, my dad said, clean off the car. I used a broom. And I ended up scratching the doors of the car. And Dad was not happy. But then to add to that, it turned out that water got in the lock of the door of the car. So not only is it snowing, he has to literally pour water into the lock to try and get it unstuck enough for the key to get in to open the door. Those were the bad old days, let me put it that way.
Well, counterintuitive. Ugh.
Yeah, but you see, the problem was everything had frozen, so you needed to thaw it out, and there was no other way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the other option, I suppose, would be to stand there with a hairdryer, but standing there in a hairdryer running during a snowstorm, that could have been shocking. Quite literally.
All right. All right, everybody's here. So now we're going to do, I guess this has sort of been a little tradition lately in all of our Christmas shows since we started doing podcasting. Remember, we always used to have a lot of traditions when we had the radio station, but one thing we can carry over to our podcast, Neff, is what?
Oh, God, it's the Christmas Mad Libs.
Ta-da!
You know what? I had thought maybe that's what you were thinking of when you said that, but it wasn't percolating in my head, and then it's all of a sudden, oh, yeah, here we go.
Last touched 1 year ago. I dug this out today.
Congratulations, you found it.
So let's have a little Christmas dinner, shall we?
Oh, dear.
So we're going to get started. So the four of us are just going to kind of trade, take turns and fill in some words, okay?
All right.
So, Nev, I'm going to leave you with the honors first. Remember, we need, they'll ask for various different things, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, or different types of things. We put the words in, and then I read out to you everything that's going on. So, all right, Neff, let's start with an adjective.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what an adjective is. It's been a long day.
Adjective describes a noun, I would think, right?
Okay, so beautiful.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, Liz, let's have a noun.
Dog.
Dog? D-O-G?
Yep.
Okay. Bree, let's have a type of food.
Pie.
Pie. Okay. Plural noun.
A plural noun. That's yours, right?
Yep. Water bottles.
Okay.
A type of liquid. Okay.
A type of liquid. Beer.
Okay. Adjective, Liz.
Red.
Red. Bria, verb.
Dashing.
Dashing. Okay, a noun. Let's see. Nintendo Switch. Okay. Part of the body.
Nose.
We're up to Liz. A noun.
Coffee mug.
Coffee mug. Bree, adjective.
Sparkling.
Sparkling. Okay, noun. Let's see. How about a legal term with ace attorney? Defendant. Does that qualify?
Yep.
Okay. Neff, I need a number.
12.
Okay. Liz, an adverb.
Silently.
Silently. Okay, adjective, Bree.
Bright.
Bright. B-R-I-G-H-T.
Yeah.
Okay. Plural noun. Flax suggested mascot, so I think we'll put mascots for him. There. All right. And finally, an exclamation.
Zoinks!
Zoinks.
Zoinks with an N.
Zoinks. Okay. All right. You ready for Christmas dinner?
Oh, dear. Do you have the Pepto-Bismol handy? I think we might need it.
No, I don't have bottled water. Sorry.
All right. Let's
All
see what
right.
we've got.
Everyone likes to have a beautiful dinner on Christmas Day. Most people have a huge roast dog stuffed with pie dressing and served with mashed water bottles. And plenty of hot brown beer. However, if you would rather have a red turkey, here is how you should dashing it. First, make the dressing of old dried Nintendo Switch crumbs. Oh.
That would be a very expensive dressing. I got news for you.
Then put the dressing in the turkey's nose. Put it in a big coffee mug. And brush it with sparkling butter. Well, I'm hearing feedback from the laughter, I think. Next, heat your defendant to 12 degrees.
Oh my.
Put the turkey in and cook it very silently for 5 hours. When you put it on the table, the bright aroma will make everyone smack their mascots and say zoinks!
Whoopsie.
Well, PDM, what do you think of that one?
Well, let's just say that was a little gritty and be done with it.
Oh, boy. All right, let's do another one here. Let's see. Oh, wait, the raspberries are ending, so we're going to turn those on in a few seconds. I believe, Liz, it was your turn, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So that's, let's do that. Okay. Let's have an adjective, please.
Purple.
Purple. Bree, a plural noun, please.
Reindeers.
Reindeers.
Reindeer.
He is, let's see. First name, female. Umemi. Okay. Adjective, Neff.
Okay, a descriptor. Dazzling.
Okay. Dazzling. Liz, a number, please.
23.
23. Bree, another plural noun.
Elves.
Elves. All right. Another plural noun for me. Let's say, pecan logs. Had a piece of a pecan log today. A vehicle, Neff. Type of vehicle.
A type or a specific vehicle?
Type of vehicle.
SUV.
Okay. Liz, an adjective.
Oh, geez, that's describes a noun. Large.
Large. All right. An animal, Bree.
Cat.
All right. So that's a plural. It's cats. A noun. My turn. Let's see. Anime shows. That would be a thing, right? So anime shows.
That works.
Another noun, Neff.
Another noun. Christmas tree.
Okay. Long time to write it out. Let's see. Oh, Liz, an article of clothing.
Bow tie.
Bow tie. Bree, a number.
5.
5. And a verb. Sit. And that's it. All right. And now we present to you a visit with Santa at the North Pole.
Uh-oh.
Santa Claus has a very purple life. He lives at the North Pole surrounded by snow and reindeer. There you go. That was a good one.
That worked out.
He is married to Umemi Claus.
Does you let me know this?
Oh boy, we got a problem. And instead of children, they have dazzling little elves. This way Santa This way Santa can get help in his workshop for only $23 an hour.
Only $23 an hour? Holy inflation, Batman. Oof.
The elves work 11 months a year making elves. Wait. The elves work 11 months a year making elves. And
Whoa.
pecan logs for Santa to give children on Christmas.
Okay, a brothel and a bakery. That's a weird combination at the North Pole. And I just broke poor Jay.
Oh my goodness. No, this is not done yet. What are we doing? On Christmas Eve, the elves load up Santa's SUV with the large presents. That makes sense. Then Santa hitches it to his team of cats and goes sailing through the sky. When he sees a child's house, what?
No, I'm just like, okay.
When he sees a child's house, he lands on the anime shows and slides down the chimney, landing on the Christmas tree.
Ow.
Then he puts the presents into the bow tie that the children have hung on the mantelpiece. After he does this 5 times, he goes home to get ready to sit.
Okay. Hang your bow ties by the fireplace. Did Santa end up at Bill Nye's house again? You know, that's the only reason I could think of 5 bow ties on a fireplace.
Oh, we'll do one more, but this one is in 2 pages.
Okay.
So, all right. Let's see. Neff, it's your turn. Let's have a noun.
Basketball.
Okay. Okay. Let's have Liz, an animal.
Squid.
Okay. Bree, a plural noun.
Squirrels.
Squirrels. Okay. A male celebrity. I'm wondering if I should do Tom Cruise or Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Your choice, boss.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Okay, adjective, Neff.
Fuzzy.
Okay, Liz, a number.
15.
15. Bree, an adjective.
Red.
Red. Another adjective for me. Slow?
That works.
Okay. Same celebrity. Oh, okay, so we got to fill the same celebrity in. Naruhodo. All right. So we'll go to you, Neff, next. A plural noun.
A plural noun. Hockey pucks.
Okay. Let's see. Then we need 2 past tense verbs. So, Liz, a verb in the past tense.
Ran.
Ran. And Bree, a verb in the past tense.
Slept.
Slept. Okay. Person in the room. That would be my turn. Neff.
Uh-oh.
All right, Neff. Well, how about a silly word?
Snuffleupagus.
Okay. Liz, a silly word. Another silly word.
Blatherskite.
What?
I believe I heard Balderskite.
Blatherskite.
Blatherskite. Okay, there we go.
Blatherskite. I hope I wrote that down correctly. Bree, another silly word.
Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted. Okay. A noun. Let's see. A noun. Airplane. All right. And then we need Neff, a verb.
Let's see, a verb. Pitched or pitch.
Okay. Liz, another verb.
Dancing.
Dance. Put dance. And Bree, another verb.
Singing.
I'll put sing. Oh, we have a gift tier 1 sub from Flax to Mimi Froggy. Thank you very much. I believe, who is Mimi Froggy? Is that one of your friends, Liz?
No, I think that's one of Karam's friends.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, Mimi, congratulations. Thank you very much. And thank you, Flax. Okay, so that's page 1. Let's see. Now we go to page 2. Whose turn was it? Mine, right? Noun? I keep getting the nouns. Let's see. Beanie cap. I talked about beanie caps with Bree earlier today. Beanie cap. Okay, now, Neff, we have a verb ending in ing.
Let's see. Flying.
Okay. And Liz, a verb ending in ing.
Humbling.
Say again?
Humbling.
Bundling?
Humbling.
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 Humbling, okay. Brie, an adjective.
Right.
Say again?
Right?
Bright?
Right.
Okay. All right. Celebrity from part 1. Naruhodo. Okay. Plural noun. Let's see. Court documents?
They're things.
Okay, a plural noun, Neff.
Let me see here. Plural noun. Lights.
Okay. All right, Liz, a verb in the past tense.
Drove.
Drove. Okay. Plural noun, Bree.
Stockings.
Stockings. Verb in the past tense, that's me. Let me see here. Broke? Like you broke something?
That works.
Okay. Part of the body, Neff.
Leg.
Okay. I think we're almost done here. Liz, a noun.
Tooth.
Tooth?
Yeah.
Tooth. Verb, past tense, Bree?
Praised.
Praised, okay. Adjective for me, sloppy. And one more. Adjective, Neff.
Droopy.
Droopy. All right. Well, since we've asked all these questions, do you know what this could possibly be?
Is it the night before Christmas?
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the basketball, not a creature was stirring, not even a squid. The squirrels were hung by the chimney with care.
Ow.
In hopes that Naruhodo soon would be there. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a fuzzy sleigh and 15 red reindeer, with a little old driver so slow and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Naruhodo. More rapid than hockey pucks his reindeer they came, as he ran and slept and called them by name. Now Neff, now Dancer, now Snuffleupagus and Vixen, on Blather Skife, on Cupid, on Flabbergasted and Blitzen. To the top of the airplane, to the top of the wall, now pitch away, dance away, sing away all. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the beanie cap the flying and humbling of each bright hoof, and down the chimney Naruhodo came amid court documents and soot. He was covered in lights from his head to his foot. He drove not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then broke with a jerk. And laying his leg aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the tooth he rose. But I heard him exclaim, ere he praised out of sight, "Sloppy Christmas to all, and to all a droopy night." And a sloppy Christmas to everybody.
I'm just trying to figure out how I ended up at the head of 8 tiny reindeer.
Well, I like that extra reindeer name that Liz got. Oh, my goodness. Now, where did that name come up from, Liz?
Oh God, what was that from? That was from the old DuckTales cartoon. They used to have a
Oh!
character to go blathering, blatherskite.
That wasn't Darkwing himself, was it?
No, it was the guy who played the was it Gizmo Duck, that superhero that was like with the one tire.
Gizmo Duck.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it was Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, the one with the one wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
Got
Yeah,
it.
One
he
who
was
was
in
like a
his secret
RoboCop ripoff.
identity.
RoboCop
Yeah.
ripoff.
Wow. Well, this is going to bring this... Oh, no. This does not bring the Mad podcast to a conclusion because, we have one final reveal for everybody. Before we do that, though, I think we will go ahead with the closing commentary. Neff, if you will, please.
If you have any questions, concerns, compliments, or complaints about this podcast or any of our Twitch streams, drop us a line at extremeanimeradio@gmail.com or hit us up on social media. For links to our social media, go to linktree.com/anime radio. There you'll find our Facebook account, our Twitter account, our Instagram account, our Twitch stream, our Discord server, and our YouTube channel. And as well, archived versions of this podcast are available at anchor.fm/anime radio or your favorite podcasting platform.
All right. So now, one more big reveal. As you know, I've been working with a lot of talented artists and some cosplayers on some Christmas or holiday-themed things for our mascot, Umemi, and also Sarah involved as well. There was actually one particular artwork that has been a few months in the making from White Namikaze. She was the one who did Sarah and our previous mascot, Keiko, dancing to the Nutcracker. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
So she did that last year. She did something else this year. So I think we're going to reveal it to everybody now. I don't think I've shown it to Liz or to Neff or to Bree. Have I shown this to you, Bree, or no?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't think I've shown it to her. I haven't shown it to many people. But if you want to go ahead and look at your screens, here comes our little gift from White Namikaze for this year.
Ooh. That's very nice.
Adorable.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Well, here they are, Umemi the X, Sarah the A, and Keiko the R in XAR around their favorite Christmas presents, but they're also dolls.
That's very nice indeed.
Umemi with the Switch, Sarah with the dance shoes, and Keiko, because her favorite accessory is the headset, we gave her a headset. So, and if you look around, this is probably one of the most detailed arts we've kind of seen in a very long time. She did a lot of the artwork in the background, then kind of blurred it so that we could see Yumemi and Sarah and Keiko up front. So you like Neff?
Very much so. It's very nice.
And Liz, what do you think?
That just blows my mind. That's incredible.
And Bree?
Like I've said before, so talented.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
And we have different ribbons as well, different bows for each of the three, so that is our little Christmas present to all of you guys, Neff, Liz, and Bree, and all of our supporters and all of our viewers and listeners for your support in 2022. It's been an up and down year, at least me more down than up from the second half of the year, if you catch my drift. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to be sharing this, and there's one artwork that we're also going to send out to the emails that we do to our loyal supporters and artists and cosplayers and whatnot. I'm going to be sending those out in the next couple of days by email. So we should have everybody's email addresses from past support or whatnot. And we will be sending those out to everybody, like I said, in the next day or two. So now that Christmas present's out of the way, we get to try to unwrap the biggest Christmas present of them all, which is whether or not we can finish this little case, Neff.
Well, one can only hope, because if there are any more twists in this, we're talking like, seriously, folks. Again, my real job goes into this when I go, huh? How did we get here? How did we get here?
So stay tuned. We're going to continue that in a moment. But for those of you watching and listening to the podcast, we hope you have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, season's greetings, Happy Kwanzaa, because we know there are a lot of holidays going around these next few days. We hope whatever you celebrate, we hope you make it a good one. And we will probably see you next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, for the final XAR podcast of 2022 before New Year's. Neff, any parting words before we sign off?
Well, as you mentioned, 2022 had its ups and downs. I'd like to thank all of you who stood by us during this time. And remember, without you, there is no us. So once again, thank you. And we'll see you again next year.
Well, we have you, Liz and Bree. Do you guys want to share your thoughts, Liz?
I was real impressed how everybody came together after you broke your hip. That was the wonderful thing to see this year. I mean, not the hip breaking, but everybody coming together.
Well, I appreciate that.
I was going to say, he appreciated the clarification even more.
Well, thank you, Liz, for, you've been a tremendous help, and so have you, Bree, of course, through all the up and downs of this year. Anything you'd like to say, Bree?
I just appreciate the support that everybody's given us. And
Yeah.
I hope that they have a great new year.
Thank you very much. Now, I have used some of those funds that we raised, and those are going to co-pays for my physical therapy, which my physical therapy I'm going to probably be ending in a few weeks before I go overseas. So I think that's another big step to, mark that ending, I think. I'm really happy with the progress, and the physical therapy people have been amazing. And so thank you to my physical therapy folks. I'll give them a little public plug. So we hope you enjoy your holiday. We will see you next week for the final podcast of the year. If you're watching us now on December 21st, stick around. We're going to continue Ace Attorney in a few minutes. But for those of you listening and watching our podcast, for Neff, Liz, and Bree as well, I'm JR. Thank you for watching and listening, and remember,
Keep on looking out for the Extreme Radio Twitch streams, and don't forget, archive podcasts are available at anchor.fm/anime radio. Good night, everybody, and happy holidays.
season's greetings, everybody.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.